Process. We need to go through the process. Now, thank you very much, team. Let me read this to you. This is from the judicial services. One who said, me read me bought the video the show. Now, when you read the judicial service report in the Bible, this is what they wrote. Torkonoo is diabolic. Be very careful. That woman, she's dangerous. From end of the no, she's on a mission. Now, the judicial service travel policy. This is the policy. Now, when you take your time and analyze the policy, thank you, team. Thank you, Mr. S. I need, how many are they? There are 3, right? Or there are 2. Okay, I'll read the second one. Now, they have policy. The judicial service, they have travel policy. Now, the travel policy, what does it say? Metro atra Torkonoo edi. Now, let me read that. It says this. The Judicial Service Travel Policy, revised in 2019, outlines entitlement for official travel by judicial officers, including the Chief Justice. Key points include, the word be sure, official travel. Ask yourself why the Judicial Service Travel Policy, they put a word official travel there. There's a reason. It is signaling that what you're about to talk about is strictly linked to official travel. So when you go into official travel, what does it say? Official travel must be authorized by the Judicial Secretary or relevant approving authority. 2, the Chief Justice is entitled to per diem, airfare, and accommodation for official assignments. Security personnel may, so it's optional. You can decide to drop the security personnel or go with the security personnel. The security personnel may accompany the Chief Justice on official trips, especially for international engagement. All expenses must be accounted for with receipt, and any unused interest, that is advance funds, must be returned. Now you come and tell us that your travel, now you cannot travel with your husband, you cannot travel with your daughter. I'm asking you, when you traveled with your husband and your daughter, was it an official travel or was it private travel? Because we are the ones paying. In your statement, why were you not specific about your travels? Now, when you move forward and you look at the Judicial Service Travel Policy, now read this one. This is what we call private travel rules. So they actually have rules for official travels and they have rules for private travels. Torkonoo kasano olampi ni nyina bomu baako e do dadao. But the petitioner was asking specific questions. Now, what the private travel rules, DNECA, I say private travels treated differently. Now, the Chief Justice may not use state funds to cover expenses for personal travels. Chief Justice, you may decide to use your own money. Did you use your own money on this private travel? No, you use government money. So the rules apply here. Did you flout the law? The rules apply here. Did you go by the ethics? The rules apply here. Do not lump things and throw things to the people. Break it down if you are willing to speak on the matters. Now, family members, spouses or children, it says family members, spouses or children are not entitled to travel at the state expense unless explicitly approved under exceptional circumstances. You see, oyire, okunu, oba, they are not supposed to travel some special circumstances. Obakache say you are traveling with your husband and your daughter. Which kind of travel are you talking about? Because I've read 2 types of travels to you. When you go down there, it says this: if the Chief Justice chooses to travel with family during personal leave, those costs must be borne privately. Yes, it's a Chief Justice here. Now you say, on one person 2 coin, on the bush for 2 coin, on the crew 2 coin, na enya Benjamin Okoya, also on one chiaka. Did you do that? You know the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. So you went even ahead to pay per diem to your daughter. That's the private travel allow that? Does the official travel allow that? Specify where the travel is. Travel now. Don't just vaguely come and say, I cannot travel with my husband and another occasion with my daughter. No, be specific. The petitioner is asking specific questions. The 2019 policy reportedly stated that only security detail may accompany the Chief Justice on private travel for safety reasons. You say only security. Into private, but in the beginning, you say optional. You can decide. You can choose to. But for your security reasons, only security detail may. It is conditional. You can choose to drop the security. If you think your security, you can take care of yourself. Into which one were you talking about? The law is the law. This woman came on TV today to deliberately decide to lie to Ghanaians. So when you would say, and you got in some and faith in some more, or be creating impression to him. Hey, I do obey and then rehearse it for weeks. She has rehearsed this. Even her body language, her dressing, she has rehearsed this. What not say I can see any on him on Jimmy or a very intelligent woman. She is doing everything possible to maneuver. And you know, starting free a year, if you know, your friend saying, they be obodino. Sa if you know, be the dinner obobona ha. They be an obeso Kyle. It don't say, so why study the pa? Say Okasa, Obon say, edu lodge. They be Okasa no their shame. Okasa no their shame. What she's trying to do is to always prick your mind, send you back that they want to kill me. That's where they kill judges. This is the NDC. She knows what she's doing. This is communication. I've done communication. I know what she's doing. Into Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge abishim. Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge abishim. It is somebody watching. Nirefi do lodge Kra. It will come back because what she's trying to do is to drag the NDC JJ Rawlings. Sa Akroma Muchato Rawlings. We judges. She wants to link the NDC to that and say, "Me too, I am a judge today." That's what they want to do. Into she deliberately, as she speaks, she'll put a do lodge inside. Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge ashim. What she's doing is she's keeping that word active in your brain. What she's doing, she's putting that word into, you know what she's trying to do? Ochina MPP for no mama kano, their talking point will be on the murdering of the judges. Edu lodge. You will see what they will do tomorrow. The LPP will have a press conference. 90% of the statement will be about Edu Lodge. Why are you intimidating her? You know some judges were killed. She wants to politicize the process. Inti onimdioye watnasia rehearsals onimdiana oya nende. She's planting something in the heads of people because you see, MPP for Yankophobia, they find a way to make nothing out of something, or to make something out of nothing. Let me say it that way. Now, the moment Albemomo read me to say no, that is what they are chewing. The conversation will now not be about the Chief Justice breaching the law, taking an oath, and coming on TV to break the law. The conversation will be, hey, Judge Foni Kuomono, are they trying to do the same? That is how she wants the conversation to go. Now, Mama Chawade, she says something else again. Yanku enim. Oka her nominating the secretary, any chamber for and some other 3 judges to Kufuado to take them to Supreme Court. Or Kanwasem.
How has it suddenly become unconstitutional or wrong conduct or incompetence for the Chief Justice to recommend to the President to consider for nomination judges who, in her view, satisfy the constitutional standard of high moral integrity? Yet, despite all the evidence provided, there is a hearing being conducted at Edu Lodge. I have taken this walk through Mr. Ofori's petition to show that the allegations have no bearing whatsoever on any sensitive national issues or public safety or order, or my inability to perform my functions as Chief Justice. They also do not have any basis in law or truth. They are just an attempt to gather a lot of complaints together, regardless of whether they are true or not, whether they are justified or not, just to have an excuse for the conduct of this inquiry that breaks all the rules of fair hearing.
Say, then and the day, or no, what can say for judges be enco a year Supreme Court? Abedania Sama been sida. Na since I Ghana by no, Sadia when ya debia, I was sanka yeti krum hano. Yaka say Supreme Court or Chief Justice and nominate and I say Wafanko Fubidin Akroma president. Go into our history. Go into our history. There has never been a day. There has never been a day. A Chief Justice actual letter the Akroma president to say, me secretary. Any some judges are me pay masem consider omna form of Supreme Court. There has never been a timer, a sitting or a sitting Chief Justice. Actual letter. She wrote a letter to the president, added names and said these people. You can consult the General Legal Council, which is fine. We understand. You can consult the Ghana Bar Association, those idiots. We understand. But for you to end up writing an official letter to the president and suggesting to the president, because when you consulted the General Legal Council and the Ghana Bar Association, you are consulting them on what? Now, you consulting them does not give you the room to, at the end of the day, suggest to the president who to move to the Supreme Court. And that is where we found, say, you are abusing the office. It is not you, at the end of the day, during your tenure, judges are being nominated by the president too. It is that action, the way you conducted yourself, how you imposed yourself on the process, writing a letter to the president and telling the president to say, move them to the Supreme Court. That's why I told you earlier on, where you sit, so it influences things. Because president, on your lawyer, president, on your judge, president, on the courtroom, and he said, "Wow, we should judiciary at the paper at the dean to the president and say, me suggest to send for way or the Supreme Court. He is taking from you because you are in that field. So 90%, you have decided for the president. You are imposing the pay on the president. Because president on your lawyer, and or your lawyer on your practicing lawyer, on your judge, on the Supreme Court. One now only juma, and he said, actual letter, you are technically telling him, I know my people. I have worked with these people. In fact, if you are going to listen to me, these are the people you need to work with. And technically, you have skewed the process. Do you understand? And we are talking about your own secretary, who at the end of the day led your daughter to get a juicy contract all because of you. We are talking about a judge who sat on your opposition, the opposition's case, Atoforsin case. This judge called Efia Sewa. She sat on Atoforsin's case, which was one of the most controversial cases in the history of the Republic. Because that case, you Godfrey Dami or Attorney General, who was meeting people behind the scenes in the Supreme Court judge's house. You picked Cheba for who we know, all the judges in the High Court and Appeals Court knows how he got there. We are talking about a process that you are forcing on Ghanaians. So, I think, Madam Torkonoo, what you are refusing to understand and then say, in all this process, it is your conduct we are looking at. It is not how you think you live your life. It is the lens, your conduct, and as a Chief Justice. You are refusing to admit that your conduct somehow, some way, wasn't right. But we are looking at your conduct because your jumana we no emrada ho ethics wo ho. Now, when you read Article 144, thank you, team, for bringing this in. When you read 144, say neka, this is what Article 144 says. Maybe you don't want to read for the people to know. Article 1442. The president appoints other Supreme Court justices acting on the advice of the Judicial Council in consultation with the Council of State and with the approval of Parliament. So if even the president consults, or through you the president consult the Judicial Council, and even through you the president consult the Council of State, you are not supposed to write a letter to the president and demanding that these 5 judges be moved to the Supreme Court. You have flouted the law. Because the Article 1442 says clearly, the president appoints other Supreme Court justices acting on the advice of the Judicial Council in consultation with the Council of State and with the approval of Parliament. So your job is to sit and allow the process to work. So how do you end up writing a letter and putting names on it and telling the president that these are the people I want you to nominate? No, your conduct is wrong. And you are failing to understand that we are dealing with your conduct, not what or how or what you feel. No, you are getting it wrong. That is where the misleading, no, that is where they are misleading you. And I know you know, but you are deliberately trying to mislead Ghanaians. And it's now sorry, Edus Lodge. The same Edus Lodge. And you Professor Nano Pokwaja not operate or your office free. Edus Lodge, this building, then our building we want so dangerous and daring, and Robert na TV so yeah, Edus Lodge, Okasaba Kubia, Edus Lodge. You are trying to implant something. That is why people like us, we say so we are political, we are very political, we are dangerous. You are somebody we should be very careful about. We should be very careful about you. Opesa will say that belief na your system, you want to destroy it. I'm yet to see one former judge, former lawyer who is legitimate in Ghana defending you. And your mama say, all the judges who have retired in Ghana, nobody has stuck their neck out to defend you. Are you not shocked? Now, Mama can be in Ghana for. Torkonoo. There would point to be or can send me but boss our video where the last video no me busa the questions be. I want about of Torkonoo and Kasa what she did today is unconstitutional. She has broken the law today. Any Ghanaian can take Torkonoo to court. You know why? I'm sure there. Listen to this video. Come.
They have been in the public domain for some months now. They are actually available on the internet. So I'm not addressing anything that is not known in the public space. Many negative things have been said about me through public commentary on the petitions, although the petitions were responded to 7 days after I received them. And so anyone who cared to acknowledge my side of the story would have had no need to keep repeating the petitions without discussing them with the answers. And when I provided these answers, I also added with evidence to prove that each allegation was either a lie, a wrong opinion about how work is conducted in the judicial service, a wrong opinion on the work of judges, or a wrong opinion on the duties of a Chief Justice. I'll start with Mr. Daniel Ofori's petition. They have been in the public domain for some months now. They are actually available on the internet, so I'm not addressing anything that is not known in the public space. Many negative things have been said about me through public commentary on the petitions, although the petitions were responded to 7 days after I received them. And so anyone who cared to acknowledge my side of the story would have had no need to keep repeating the petitions without discussing them with the answers. And when I provided these answers, I also added with evidence to prove that each allegation was either a lie, a wrong opinion about how work is conducted in the judicial service, a wrong opinion on the work of judges, or a wrong opinion on the duties of a Chief Justice. I'll start with Mr. Daniel Ofori's petition. They have been
So, strategically, she did something today. And anytime I catch her, I say, Torkonoo, dangerous. I respect the power, but she knows how to play around words. Onimumrano say odi bonia onim, and she's so calculated when she's committing a crime. Onim said the obey and no is unconstitutional. We boom raso. Now, Emrana a board committee no buying any process no buying no. Onim say it is Emra a yes secret. I was said the omu ye nyinana it should not be in public. Investigators, petitioners, witnesses, Chief Justice herself. That is why Aura eye baby a oko kasana also take oath. Who didn't see say adiana wo beka ene de wo beteno enkwa abontene. She knows say emra wo ha it is obuso. Inti okasano or starting or say in Sembia what tin one from him or say public domain. And Osaka say on the internet. Into one, Odin come what ya say, no maybe or responding to Ninina things on the internet she does not have control over. The reason why I can't say it was because from the beginning, no, or catch them say the only time I will petition when the president of the republic FOD petition the bread. Now since our committee no. Ye man the petition ni be. If you say committee ni catch and say president na petition ni be there, then there's no need we giving you any petition again. So one, or say responses are odema and a kasa or kasa you know, what she call things that she has heard in the public domain. Secondly, they are things at the end of the day, what internet so in some uncofwa kafano. And we already know they are known stuff. So right now she's hiding under what we call speculation to answer questions in the petition. Do you understand? Because one, we're taking an oath. Now, at the end of the day, wajib petition or president or say sa petition no president the man na committee no emma the petition almost say we who petition no meaning she knows what is in the petition, just that before the committee no physically a man the petition no, but as Madam Torkonoo there, she has seen what is in the petition, every allegation against her she has seen it. But you see, she wanted to abuse the oath she took. She wanted to breach the law. So she said she is going to respond to what is in the public on the internet, things people have been saying about her. So she specifically chose things that on what you say I can't find home. In this capacity, she is speaking from what she has heard from the internet and not what is in the petition. Technically, whatever she said today, whatever response she gave today are speculative. Because say a petition or answer questions a woman, then she has flouted the law. She has breached the law because she had taken an oath. Time a president to cry at this first petition, the president told her that this should be in secrecy. And it said, okay, she is answering the questions without saying she's answering the questions in the public domain. Speculations in the media, then she knows to say wafumra. Now she's running away from that into Dinkaka say this is things that are in the public domain. These are things that are on the internet, meaning whatever she's answering today, they are not factual. They are all speculative. Because between you and I, whatever the woman is answering on internet, so in comfort sending, it is not automatic or emphatic that those things are in the petition. Unless you want to tell me, say, President Muhammad the petition, the man, when you read the petition, because already petition there, then what she's answering and saying they are speculative. She knows it's in a petition, but because she has taken an oath, she knows that when we question her, I didn't see our or say, oh, these were on the internet. Everybody knows. So one, she wants to take a cover. She does not want the law to hang her. And anything on Statica said, The answers I'm going to give to the petition questions, these are things in the public domain. They are all on the internet. She is not confirming. She does not want to tell you that she's answering the petition questions. She's being very tactical and diabolic. So if this woman came to stand on TV for about 1 hour and spoke, then it means
Anti we in some horo Timmy Coso channel so mama was so jimre a had a sense of bad in the Adumbia domain. When you share me now inside in some more plans for Subcribe. A population television. I'm sure say Timmy a jimre.